Well, hello and welcome to the Clarity Social TV session of today. This is Paul Church, our dear friend
Hello.
Paul, and my name is Barbara Gray. And today we are set to enjoy a wonderful design from Linda Williams.
Yes. This was launched at our recent open days, wasn't it?
At
Our
the
Christmas
weekend.
one. Yeah, at the weekend. So we had 2 amazing days, Friday and Saturday.
That's right.
Loads of demonstrations, raffle prizes. And then on Sunday, for the first time ever, we did Sunday workshops, didn't we?
That's right. And so Linda, for 2 days, she was demonstrating tricks and tips how to use this fabulous angel
Yep.
plate. And we will show you loads of ideas as well. Well, we've swapped hats today. Yesterday, I was the demonstrator showing off Tina Morris's beautiful flower stamps, the hellebores,
Yep.
that she used and designed and used in her make and takes at the Christmas open days. And then today we're swapping. I'm the presenter and you're the demonstrator.
I am indeed.
Yeah, there's nothing like a bit of delegation.
Share the love.
Share the love.
And share is the important word, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Operative word today.
Yeah.
You know, since Create and Craft went into administration, lots of us have lost our companies have lost their platform where we, you know, that was a long time, 17 years.
Yeah.
You know? And so we're relying on you, our friends at home, to share the love, share the posts, share the artwork, share your artwork. Go and tell other groups that you're in about us, about these almost daily live socials that we're doing.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you found at the weekend, Barb, a lot of our friends were coming up to you and saying that they didn't know what to do because the channel's no longer there, and how do they watch, and
where to go.
Yeah, and where to go, because they didn't realise that what we're doing with our Clarity Social TV. How do they watch it?
Well, I mean, before it was, for a lot of people, they would just go to Freeview or to Sky. They would click on Create and Craft, and they would know that was where we were. I mean, we always did our own marketing. We always told you when we were going to be on Sky or TV. But let's just have a look at your iPad. We want to show you how to find us. I mean, you found us, you know, howdy, right? But what I wanted to explain was that for me, the best place to look would be on our website.
Yes.
You know, and there's lots of other advantages to looking on the website. For example, if you look at our website here, you can see straight away in the top right hand corner. I keep beating on about this Teal Clarity TV. Let me just show you. If you click on that, right, that will take you right. This is what we were using yesterday.
Yep. So this will be updated shortly by Jim.
Yeah, this will get updated, and then you'll be seeing what we were doing earlier. But up here, you see it says catch up and craft. Click here. So let's say you catch up and click here. You'll see here, this is actually the live show now.
Yes, right? It is. Yeah.
This is yesterday's show here. But what's really interesting is these demos. So we've got these. It's a really great idea. There's a download. So now you can go to this download and you can see what was made and what was used. So even if you didn't watch, if say you weren't able to watch us live here, then you could go to the Clarity Crafts website. You could go to that little teal button at the top, Clarity TV. You could click on there. You could go to the catch up at the top. You click through to the download, and the live TV show is recorded.
It's
every single one. The latest one is always going to be at the top.
At the top. That's right.
And then
so you can scroll back, and if you think, oh, I'm sure Clarity were on. Barbara did a demo with those new landscape masks.
There you go.
But what did she use when she did it? And I can't remember. There was a bit I missed. That's where you go.
Just scroll down, and you'll see. And the downloads are there, and it tells you exactly what was made and what was used. And you can see here we've even got the links to the products on the website, so it's like a little ingredients list, really.
It is, yeah.
And so a little bit of housekeeping. We just thought we'd start by showing you where we think the best place to watch us is, although obviously you can watch on Facebook, You can watch on YouTube, the Clarity YouTube channel.
Yeah, I mean, I think many people know how to navigate through the internet, don't they? So to go to a page, not necessarily everyone's on YouTube or Facebook. So to have it on the front of the current live one on the front of the website, so you think, right, 2 o'clock, Barb and Paul are on, then let's have a look. But, oh, I missed yesterday's one. I want to go back. It's one stop, isn't it? It's that one-stop shop sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it. So I think that you'll find that as the dust settles and we get into the swing and the routine of this, you know, we've already started to get a little rhythm going. I think it's about calming the waters and getting a bit of rhythm going.
Yeah.
So yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning, it was the Shack. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it was a Clarity Social TV, and we were doing Selly Telly proper.
Yeah.
And we were demonstrating and doing the best that we can do given what we've got to work with.
Yeah.
So that was 10 and 2.
Yes.
Today, Tuesday, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Groovy Tuesday.
Groovy Tuesday with Paul. Business as usual. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Here we are. With
Clarity
our
Social.
angels.
Yeah.
Clarity Social TV again. The same will be on Friday.
Yeah, we're doing 10 and 2
with a brand new
lovely
stuff. Yeah, so as we get into our rhythm and as we get into the flow, I think that will be a really good way to go.
I think we've already seen improvements as we're going along, haven't we? I mean, these demo downloads as well.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, you can, it's like a collector series, isn't it? So, and I think that's great because you can put them in a folder, as you said, and then flip back. I'm sure that was there, and flip back. Oh, that was it. And it's got the date on it and the time. So you can just go straight to the website.
So that's useful.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, if you look at the screen now, so this is that angel plate. We will get to it. This is a little bit of housekeeping. I think it's important, especially because it's such early days at the moment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So this today is definitely Pergamano. This is parchment. This is groovy.
Yeah.
And if we look at this wonderful plate, let's just see ways to shop. So first of all, obviously you can go to the website, which we've just shown you, claritycrafts.com, and you can place your order there. Or if you'd like to talk to somebody, a human, you can call our UK-based call centre, which is downstairs, which will be Sue.
Yeah.
And if she's busy, then it will ping through to Pete. And only because Jazz isn't here today, otherwise it would ping through to Jazz.
Yeah.
And she passed her driving test this morning.
Was it the first time as well?
She passed first time. So she took the day off. So she's probably driving around England.
I think she'd forgotten about it because I spoke to her yesterday and I said, "Oh, could you do this day because you're not in tomorrow?" She went, "I'm not in tomorrow."
No.
I think she was trying to put it to the back of her mind.
Yeah. So I got a text because I wished her good luck. And then I got a text later with a photograph of her certificate.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, so huge congratulations to her. But that's the way the call centre rolls.
Yeah.
If that phone's busy, it flicks through to the next phone, and we keep it in house, which is a good way to go.
Yes.
So that's the other way to shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, online and over the phone.
So
nice
what do we need? If you look at our sellel, if you like, you can see here. There's the phone number down the bottom, and then you've got there's the phone number, and if you go along to here, there's the website. Yeah. And if I go that way,
that's why I was moving. You poked me in the
eye. You can see up here. There's a number. There's a number, and that number is the product code. That's all we need. We don't need anything else. We just need those. There, look, see, 42390, and that's the product code for this beautiful plate that we're going to show you. As far as savings go, if you look down on the sellel, you'll see it says $21.59. So it would normally be $23.99.
Yeah.
And we've got a £2.50,
£2.40 savings.
Plus your club discounts.
Yeah.
So we've got Clarity Clubs. And I know you know, but there are bound to be people watching
finding us,
who don't know, because there are thousands of crafters now, literally thousands of crafters who are fluttering all over the place, looking for a place to settle. And a lot of them will be settling into the groovy system and wondering what is going on here now, especially if you spread the word for us. So our Clarity Clubs.
Yeah.
Let me show you how this works. This is the oldest, biggest club, like project club in the country. It's been going since the 90s.
Because normally you would to join a club, you join, you pay a fee, and you just pay a fee, don't you?
Yeah.
And you would get a few benefits, but
Oh no, so the first thing is
Mm.
that you get discount. This is why I mention it, because it's price specific.
yeah,
In addition to this discount, you also get either 10%, depending on how many of our clubs you are a
Yeah.
member of, 10%, 12.5%, or 15%. We've got 3 different subject clubs, project
Yes.
clubs. And every month you will receive a physical, an envelope through the door, and that will get you, depending on which club you join. If you're in the stamp club, number 216, you get the stamp of the month.
Yeah.
Actually, there are 3 stamps here, really pretty. And then you get a double project. So here we've got projects from Dee and Jane, and then you get a step by step for both projects.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we're sending you a double project, and we're giving you the stamp to do the job.
Yeah.
Then we've got the stencil club. This is a real nice festive one. Dee and Jane have done a double project, so you get this lovely booklet sent to you. That's the second club. And then the third one, which is probably the pertinent one of the day, is the Groovy Club.
Yeah.
So Linda Williams designs a plate for us every month.
Mm-hmm.
And then that plate is then turned into, this time by Linda herself and Jane Telford, and they make a double project for us. So they create these cards for us, and then they show us. So loads of tricks and tips.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of a collectible thing.
Like an
every month.
encyclopedia,
It's
isn't it?
It's like an encyclopedia of knowledge. Depending on which club you're in, you get
Yeah.
10 to 12.5 or 15%
Yeah.
added off that.
That's
seller.
that price.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
off
Yeah.
the price. So that's how the club works. And I will say, given the circumstances at the moment with
Mhm.
what's going on, if you were ever thinking about joining the club, there has never been a better time than now, because it means that you will stay in touch with us. I write a newsletter every month. I tell you what's going on, what's happened, what's coming up.
Yeah.
Even if and for us, those subscriptions will be a lifesaver for us,
Yeah.
or a business saver, whichever way you want to look at it.
And I mean, there's options, isn't there, Barb? You can either pay for the 12-month subscription up front,
Yep.
or you can pay it monthly
Yeah.
for the 12-month
And it's
period.
£6 a month
£6
for
per
one
club. Yeah.
So
So,
you get a lot of bang for your buck, really, with these.
and this is a perfect opportunity for a Christmas present, isn't it? Because it's a
Yeah,
Christmas present
lovely.
that keeps on giving
Lovely,
every month.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're joining a big community, because we've got on Facebook, we've got Groovy Worldwide, we've got Clarity Worldwide. So this is where
Pergamano Worldwide.
Pergamano Worldwide.
Yeah.
This is where the guys, they come in and they share their artwork. So it's great.
Yeah.
Right. So that's enough of all that. It's
Housekeeping.
important, though, at the moment, we're trying to float our own boat here.
Yes.
We're trying to do it. And with a little bit of help from our friends at home, we should be able to do that.
Yeah. Need to keep the boat rowing.
Yeah, we need to
We
keep
do
it
indeed.
afloat. So now let's take a look at the beautiful product.
Yeah.
So if I just show you this plate, I think,
Yeah.
wow, right,
I know.
showstopper.
So Linda Williams at her best, isn't it? So what you've got here is, I mean, Jim called it sort of a choir of angels. And you can see we've got a beautiful selection of artwork. And do you notice there's 2 different sizes in there as well? So you've got sort of the larger ones, you've got some smaller ones, but you've also got various different wings as well. Because when you look at that plate from Linda, it is just absolutely crammed full of detail. You can do them 3-dimensional, just as they're being shown here on the display. And if you want this item, it's 42390 and it's 2159. Now it does come with instructions, and if you bought it at the recent open days or the workshop, it was omitted from the packaging. So what we've done is we've made it available as a download on our website.
So is this it?
Yep, that's it there. How to assemble your 3D angel.
That's handy.
Okay, very
Isn't it?
handy indeed.
So that's a download. And is that going to be found where you find this?
It'll be in our download section on the thing, and it'll be on the product as
Yeah,
well. So
good
you go
idea.
to the angel, you'll read about it, and then you'll be able to download it. Now,
hang on. Can you hear me now? I was switched off. I was coming through your mic, and lots of people would say, "These are brand new mics." So this is picking me up.
That was good then.
Now they're like that. Oh, now we could hear it. Have you been turning me up and up and up? Well, she's back.
Okay. So you've got these. So maybe if you don't have a printer at home
Mm.
and you was at the open days, all you need to do when you place your next order, you could just put a note in the comments and just saying, please, could you send me the download? And we
Okay.
can print that off and include it with the order.
Well, can't we do that anyway? Can't we just pop one of these?
It's going to
in
go with the plates anyway.
Right,
but if the customer bought it at the open days,
Right,
but they
understood.
don't have a printer, because I know some of our friends at home
got
don't
you,
have
got
printers.
you.
When they place an order for something
Yes.
else, then they can just pop that in the
Cool.
comment and we'll send that
Either
at the
way,
same time.
we'll get this to you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got this wonderful plate. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at, I mean, the detail on there. And you may look at it, and Linda even says in the assembly instructions, you may be a little overwhelmed and not know where to start. So what we can do is break it down, can't we, and have a look at the different elements.
What I think is really, really important is to take a look at
The artwork.
some of the artwork.
Yeah.
So I, you know, to me, when I look at the designs on the plate, I need to see them come to life.
Yes.
So this is one that Linda has designed. And I think what we're going to do now is play a little game of looking at different designs and then finding them.
Yeah.
So this is a double tiered one. And if we take a look at this, I think we need to indulge the artwork. So Linda even made a mat for this. Now this was interesting. Can I talk about this?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I watched Linda make this mat. Let me just come back into this camera. So she made this mat, and you could see on the back, it's actually got it's cut and picot cut around the companion paper.
Oh.
And what Linda explained, and I was watching her do this in the demonstration, when she did this, when you perforate the parchment and the companion paper at the same time. And as you perforate, it kind of knits the two together.
Oh, so it sinks in to hold them.
Yes.
Wow.
So it kind of knits the two together. So when you start picot cutting, it pretty much holds true. Right, it's quite something.
Because I would have thought I would do them separately.
You'd have to do them separately.
And that's double the
time.
time.
No, do it together, and it kills two birds with one stone, basically.
Wow, yeah.
So that's a really neat trick. And if we look at the actual, if we look at this and we check this out, let's have a look. It's a double-tiered one. This is where you come in.
Yeah.
If I show you the skirt, let's just look at that
so
skirt.
If we look at the top one then.
Look at the top skirt.
Yeah.
Then come down here.
And then
there it is.
So it's that one panel has been repeated 7 times.
Yeah, and then there's that one there.
So this one here. Now this one here, Barb, is interesting because it's not this, it's this.
Oh, I say. Well, isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
So now we've got another variation. So she's taken a plain one.
Yeah.
And she just added that to the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. So let's come up tight. So, because on Friday, hang on a minute. Way.
They're flying. The angels are flying.
See the perforations?
Yeah.
So we're going to be learning how to do that on Friday with those grids.
We are indeed.
Linda's done a whole booklet for us. Look at the wings, because you can see the perforations there as well.
Yeah.
Look. That's quite something, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. So let's take a look then at this one.
Goodness
So let's
me.
have a look at this one, and let's look. This is a Francis Knott special, isn't it?
Yeah.
So check out that pattern on that skirt. Okay. Now come back down, and where's that one then? I can see
there
it.
we go. So
there
it's
is that
one
panel there.
And she's taken some of the holly from this one up here. You see?
Oh, look.
So taking the holly.
Yep.
Gotcha. And then adding in this element.
So now let's have a look at this one.
So this one's interesting.
This one's interesting. So we've got the top of this girl here. That's her there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. But now let's have a look at this.
So
this is this one. Let's come up a bit closer so you can see it first.
That's it. And it's that same technique we're going to be looking at on
Friday.
Again. Yeah.
Right. That's cool. So now come down.
Yep. So we've got this one here.
Yep.
And then on the
alternate one,
we've got that one.
That's pretty special, isn't it?
So you can mix and match all the panels. So Linda could have prescribed it for us. Now this is nice. I love the wings.
So look at the wings on this one. These are the wings here.
I'll turn that
around. Let's turn that around. So those are the wings there. Let's come up a bit closer, like so. Right. Now let's have a look at the skirts. Look at the skirts. Now let's come down and find those skirts. So there's so much versatility here, so much interchangeability.
is.
Here it is, here.
Just those two together.
Amazing. And that one there, is that one there?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, I mean, we'll take a look. Just bear with me a moment. Let's just take a look. Let's just leave you with that one just for a second. So while I just rearrange everything that I've dismantled here.
The choir.
Right. So that plate, so that's a £21.59 plate, and that gives you so much different versatility, doesn't it?
It does. And that's just sort of the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? Because not only can you make three-dimensional, which was the whole idea behind it,
but you can also go 2D. Look at that.
I know.
I know.
So that's got to be a Francis knot, hasn't it? And when we look at this one, where do we get that? Because you think, how do you shrink it down? Well, Linda's given us the
little babies.
You've got that one there, and then you've got a medium-sized one as well.
So when I come up with this artwork here, look at that. Isn't that glorious?
That's stunning.
Yeah, so this angel plate is £21.59 less your club discount, and the item code is 42390. And when you look at some of this artwork here,
I think that's a Hazel Edwards one. So you've got a trio of angels, tra-la-la-la-la.
And then you've got a trio of trees as well. So I like that. Carol Pankstello, thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
She's taken that tree and made a tree. She's taken that one and made a tree. And of course, in true groovy style, what's so lovely about this idea is, of course, that you just, with a stamp, you'd have to stamp the one at the front, cover it up, stamp the next one. With this, you just ignore and just don't
trace it out.
Just don't trace it.
And to me, this one also reminded me of an ice cream cone, those expensive ice creams.
Very nice. Now, Linda Williams, yeah, I know what you mean. Upside down.
Upside down, yeah. That's what I mean, like that.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. But if you look at this one by Linda now, this is glorious.
Wow.
So she's taken those Christmas plates and she's turned that into a lovely fan. Look at the fan here. Isn't that nice? Look at that.
You've got the different layers on that. She's
layers
done that same technique with the paper as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has. So when you look at the actual plates here, let's check out. Let's have a look. Location.
So we've got this one here for the larger panels.
This is the larger one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I reckon this is what we're going to look at on Friday.
Is it?
I reckon so.
I reckon is it that one? No, it's not.
They're actually basic grids, aren't they?
Okay. So there's a whole booklet being launched on Friday showing you all those beautiful different patterns. Quite something. Yeah.
And we've got the lovely Linda in the room with us as well in the chat. So she's there to answer any questions as well.
Marvelous. And this is a great one by Glynis as well. I love it because she's really gone to town on and kept it flat. So just three elements.
Yeah.
And you can see here.
So it's just taking that middle section.
Yep.
And then so what you're doing is, she said, if this was a stamp, you'd stamp that out, then you'd put your body on top. So do you want to go with the lovely sort of feathery wings there? Or you can go with this one here, of sort of more sort of elegant angel there.
I think what I'm deducing from this plate is the flexibility, the versatility, the interchangeability.
Yeah.
There are so many possibilities. If you want to, her hands are clearly poised to either take a heart or a star, very, very beautiful. Love it.
And you've also
her hands are poised to take the smaller heart or star.
Yes.
They're very, very beautiful indeed.
And you've got different tiaras as well for them in different sizes.
Hours of fun.
Yeah.
Hours of fun. So let's just take one last look at that beautiful selection there of amazing plates. And you can see the tiniest ones here. Excuse me. You can see that tiny little lady there. She's gorgeous, isn't she?
And that's been done double-sided as well, 2 pieces.
And then you can, there we are. Carol Baker. Isn't that just beautiful? Look at that beautiful little thing. Look. So it's double-sided. So you could actually use that as a little
tree decoration, a window charm.
Yeah, there you go.
Allow the light to come
So a little
through.
bit of cotton wool on there, right?
Yeah.
Just hold that in place at the head. I would probably stick that down there like so.
Yeah.
Right. And then I'd put that in because it gives it some opacity as well,
It
where her
does.
face is, which is quite nice. So let's just have a look at this idea. Okay, so this is Carol Baker, and she's got a little bit of cotton wool on a bit of very fine thread.
Yeah.
Because I really like the idea of putting these on your tree.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, obviously, the way the conical construction goes, you put them on your tree on the top of the tree.
Yeah.
But these would be beautiful to hang. So I would stick that into place. That way, if it twizzles, obviously that needs to be stuck down. So that needs to be secured in there like that with a little bit of cotton wool. And then that way, when it twizzles around, it doesn't matter which side you're looking at.
No.
I rather love that.
Yeah.
I think that's quite nice.
And at the open days, Linda had this fantastic display where she illuminated them with battery operated tea
Didn't
lights.
they look beautiful?
It was like, you know, like when you go up to the West End and you go down Oxford Street and you see all the shops.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that reminded me of.
It didn't do it justice here with the
bright
bright lights doesn't work.
And we haven't got a dimmer that we can bring.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're working on it. And so, Paul, over to you now.
There's one other sample. If we're able to show that one, that second one in on the bottom that doesn't have any wings at all.
Oh, okay. She's rather lovely.
Because it's not just for Christmas.
Okay.
So
let's
for
just
me,
take a look at her.
this was really clever because there's no wings.
Yeah, understood. So you take the wings away and you've just got a beautiful little girl.
It's like an
so
Edwardian.
If we go to this one here, you can see it is like a little Victorian or Edwardian.
Yeah, and the heart is a handbag.
Oh, isn't that lovely? There you go. So hours of fun, really, aren't they? Hours of fun. Okay, Paul. So over to you, Virgil.
Right. Okay. So let's start with where we're going to go. We're going to do the basic construction.
Okay, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Because you can see the endless possibilities with this design plate.
Absolutely.
But what's important is how many of these sections make up a skirt.
Yeah.
How do you stick it together at the back? That's basically what you're saying.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, I've flipped the plate over. So we're working on the back so you can read the word groovy. You can always read the word groovy the right way round if you're new to it. And if you run your finger over, you'll feel that there's grooves in there, hence it being called a groovy plate. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do a skirt, and then we can mix and match and decide exactly which top we want to add to that. Okay. So Linda was saying that it's a good idea if you use A5 parchment. Okay, so you can do it. If you've got A4, you can take your A4 parchment and you can chop that down as well. But it's easier to work on smaller pieces of your parchment rather than have a great big A4 piece to do.
Absolutely. So we sell the parchment.
Of course we do.
Of course we do. And we've got it in A4 and in A5. So if I just pop that on the overhead, you can see here are the codes. 40024 is for the A4 and 40020 is for the A5.
Right. And if you're going to do this sort of, Christmas fairs, there's still time to make these beautiful designs for your Christmas fairs.
Absolutely.
Coming up. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the skirt part first. Now you'll notice that the parchment is overlapping my plate. So I've got the potential where I could actually lean on it and crease it. So this is where
isn't it?
this is where this plate mate comes into play. Now Linda was using this at the weekend, and we sold quite a few.
So yeah, we did. This is this is all to do with the dotted.
Yes.
Right? And this is 41768, and Paul's going to show us now. This is actually for A4 square extension plate,
A4 and A4 square,
and A4 as well, because there are two little extenders in here as well.
That's right.
So when you receive this, it's in two parts, in four parts actually. Yeah. But we haven't snapped it in half. It just makes it so much easier to
I remember receiving an email from a customer. She'd received this. And she sent me an email. She said, I think you've sent me the wrong thing. She said, because it doesn't look like that on the website. No. She hadn't opened it.
Yeah. And I had several ladies at the open day saying, I'm looking for what Linda Williams is using, but I can't see it. And then when I handed this to them, they were like, how's that work then? I said, no, it's in sections.
Yeah.
So let Paul show you how. Yeah.
So I've got mine here. So I'm going to zoom out on the overhead just a little bit. So I'm just going to stretch. Am I going to go the right way? Yay, there we go. So if we're working with an A4 plate like we are here, whether it be the plate from the starter kit, the plate mate, if I take that and wrap those around the outside, you can see here it's giving me a larger surface area in which to work. But I have these gaps. So this is where Mr. Dave, Mr. Clarity came into play and said, because originally it was going to be a plate mate for A4 square plates, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, but for sending it out, it was still going to be in the 2 pieces. And then we thought, right, well, we could bring out another plate mate, but why do we need it? Exactly. So this is where the little extender bars come into place, like so. Okay.
The reason I'm looking around like this is I'm looking for the starter kit.
The starter kit, we'll have it as a graphic on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. So then that goes into
because
there.
in the starter kit, if somebody wants to get into this,
yeah,
there is a starter kit with a plate mate, but the plate mate's got a much smaller aperture, just in case you're wondering what this is all about, because there will be a lot of new people watching us. And so the starter kit, the plate, it houses an A5 square plate. This is like that small. So what we've done is, as the plates have got bigger, we've accommodated.
Yeah, because it's a complete modular system, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So when you're starting, you don't want this one.
No, no. If you're starting, we've got the starter kit on the screen.
There we go. And that's your starting place, really.
It is, and that's where it all began, didn't it? And it's evolved over the years.
Yes.
Because I looked back at the starter kit when you first launched it. I mean, I wasn't working for you then. I was just on the design team. And it had a blue mat, it had the plate mate, it had a couple of plates and the tools.
Yeah,
that was it.
It was very modest beginnings.
Definitely. And
so this is like evolved.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason that really that you could use the Angel plate without the plate mate, but the plate mate is brilliant, not only because it's a pattern plate mate, right? So it's got fantastic infill patterns and frames on it. But for me, it's also vital so that when you, like, if you're going to use this area here, then you can attach it and you're not bending or crushing. That's the bottom line.
And when you look at this particular plate mate as well, you could use the patterns to infill the skirt.
Really lovely, really lovely.
So what we're going to do, we're going to use some groovy tabs. Just to attach these pieces together.
Do they come with it?
On this particular plate mate, they don't, but we've got them on the website. You did a survey on the blog, didn't you? The barbaragrayblog.com.
Yes.
And to find out what our #1 best-selling item was.
Groovy tabs. I know. No chance.
I know. There was a lot of lovely guesses,
and
wasn't
loads of people thought it must be the eraser pencils.
Yeah.
They were the second.
Yeah.
And then the brushes.
Absolutely, which are on pre-order.
Yeah. They're on a boat somewhere in the world.
Okay. So what we're going to do now, if we're new to it, we need to wipe our parchment. Okay. During Groovy Tuesday this morning, we had a lady, and I'd wiped the parchment, and because she was new, she didn't know what it was. So the tumble dry sheet, what it does,
Which comes in the starter kit.
It does indeed. It allows the tool to glide more easily on the parchment.
Yeah.
The only time I really rip the parchment is if I forget to wipe with this, because it creates friction.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring just a piece of card in, just because it's easier to pop under there, because I need to wipe it off of the plate. Okay. If you wipe it whilst it's on your groovy plate, it can create like a slick. So your groovy tabs don't stick as much.
Work.
Yeah. So that's going to go on there like so.
Because we are going to cut all this out, aren't we? So as long as it covers it.
Absolutely.
You don't have to worry about layout or positioning, because it's just going to cover it.
And this is why Linda suggests the A5, because we're just working on section by section.
Do you mind if I sit down?
No, have a pew. Do
you want to sit down?
No, I'm all right. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to zoom back in like so. Okay. And I'll relocate this so it's in a better position. Was that your bones creaking, or was that a sigh?
That was a sigh.
And in the starter kit, you get 2 tools, double-ended tools, and they're numbered. And you'll often hear us refer to the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, and the number 4. So the number 1 is like a stylus. There's no ball on the end. 2 has a little ball. 3 has a bigger ball.
Yeah, you keep
and
going.
4 has the biggest ball. Okay.
Let's go to the groovy guard, shall we?
Right. So moving on. So the groovy guy, because it's really warm in here, my hands are warm. The heat transferring from your hand can also cause the parchment to
Buckle.
curl. Yeah. And also if you've got hand cream on, you don't want to transfer it to your parchment. So what we're going to do now is take our groovy guard, and I'm just going to use the number 1 tool to trace out. And as we move along that grid, the groove, you'll see that the parchment turns white. So I'm going to do everything with the number 1 tool to give us a beautiful crisp white line.
So that's the one with no balls.
With no balls on it on the end of this one. And we can decide, do we want 1 frill or 2 frill, you see? So this will affect then the height of your angel.
So this piece here,
Yes.
is that how many you would need to do a skirt?
Yes.
You don't have to count.
No, it's already pre-prescribed for us by Linda.
But what about then if you want to make more of a skirt? Like that's a flat skirt. I'm going to be the devil's advocate here. If I take this one, that's as many as that.
It is indeed.
But if I were going to make a skirt like that,
where
you go in, out, shake it all about, that's a whole circle. Look, I don't want to pull it open, but you can see what I'm getting. You're not limited to that number.
No. So that's where the A4 parchment comes into play.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly that. Or you could do it in 2 parts, to be fair.
Easier in one, and you've got 1 join.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. The jury's out on that.
Because with the groovy system, it's easy to relocate and reposition. So, for example, I'm just going to trace out the outline like so. Okay, so let's just do 1 scallop, 2 scallop. And if you jump out, nothing happens. So it's all about just enjoying the process.
So let me ask the obvious question.
Yeah.
Do you think that an absolute beginner could do this?
Definitely. Absolutely. There's no doubt at all.
So even though we're looking at a lot of these pieces of artwork, you carry on, love.
Yeah.
These are all picot cut.
Yeah.
So a beginner will go, well, I can't picot cut. It doesn't matter. You can cut it out with a pair of scissors, right?
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So it
doesn't...
Oh,
are you?
I am. We'd need another 4 hours to perforate and picot cut.
So you carry on.
Yeah.
So for example, this bit here, which is all intricately picot cut out.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you could just use a groovy, just highlight the pattern.
Yeah.
And then color it in.
Yeah.
You don't have to cut it out, do you?
No, if you're new to groovy.
Look, she's like, look at her.
Sitting on my shoulder.
I know,
bet that's Linda sitting on my shoulder. So you can see all I'm going to do.
So look, so this is it when you get really, really into the, look at that.
That's madness, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do on Friday.
I reckon that's a Josie.
That's Josie. Yeah.
I reckon.
Josie Davison. Isn't that beautiful? But the point is, it's got nothing to do, apart from the construction
and the shape.
And the shape.
Yeah.
She's created her own
pattern
completely.
That's right. And if you've gone for the plate mate that goes around this particular plate, you've got lovely designs that you can use to infill as well. Okay, so there's 2 different ways of tracing out with the skirt. Okay, if you're new to it, then we suggest you do everything on the back. Okay, but if you want your skirt to have more of a curve to it, are you able to pass in Linda's blue one that she did on the workshop on Sunday?
I sure can.
There we go.
So let's offer it up to this camera here, shall we?
Yeah.
There.
Okay, so if I camera holder, so you can see here, if I do it that way, can you see how it's sort of, you've got the scallop
on
the
curling,
skirt?
Isn't
Yes,
it?
it's sort of where you've got the crease, it's
like a wave.
Out. Yes, that's it. So in order to be able to do that, you need to do one thing differently.
Oh, go on then.
Okay. So if we got one that's that white one just to your there we go, because that one's been done exactly. So if I do this as a comparison,
I'll take that one.
Yeah. So you can see here, there's no curving.
Yeah. So I've got the scallops.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've got it just doing exactly what we've done here.
So you're going to show us how to do this.
Yes.
So, okay, so that's mark 1.
Yeah.
That's mark 2.
Yeah.
And then I'm coming back in. Ah, yeah, there we are. Look. With mark 3, where you go, way,
Yeah.
like that, where you really go zigzaggy.
Yes. So you've got more
So
of
you
a
got-
concertina effect, haven't you?
So that's just as it comes.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to show us now.
Yeah.
And then you've got the seriously zigzaggy one, which
So
is
there's-
quite something.
That's where you would need your A4 parchment to do more of those panels.
We understand, Paul.
Okie dokie. Right. So in order to get this lovely sort of scallop, the wavy effect, what we're going to do, which is really sort of
Just kick the
bucket. Okay, so this is what we've got. This is now the front of it, and every single part of this is raised. Okay, so if you feel that, it's all embossed as we would do traditionally when we're working.
Like a magic trick.
Magic trick.
Okay, so this is all embossed. So we're on the front now.
Okay,
because we work from the back, right?
we do. So now I'm going to take another piece of parchment, and this time I'm going to wipe on both sides.
Are you kidding me?
No.
What, you think that's going to make a difference?
It is going to make a difference. Okay.
Well, now I've heard it all.
Well,
now I'll go to the back of the bus.
right. Okay. I'll go a little bit slow. So what we're going to do first.
What, really?
Yeah. And this is in the instructions from Linda on
What,
the construction.
How to assemble your that one?
Yeah. It's in there.
Right, download.
Okay. And it will come with your plate when you buy it. So now this time, what we're going to do is on the front of the parchment. I mean, at the moment, there's no front or back. So we're going to trace out these straight lines.
While you're doing that, Maggie Craner has asked a question. Good question.
Yeah.
If you cut the parchment and companion paper together, does it blunt your scissors? We were always taught never to use your best scissors to cut paper. Good, very good question. And I remember Linda saying when she was showing this, use your old scissors.
Right.
So
okay.
I said immediately, because I never waste an opportunity, you need 2 pairs.
Yeah.
There you go. And Linda Williams, on it like a car bonnet. Replying to Maggie Craner, I use an old Pergamano scissors, Maggie.
There we go.
There you go. As if by magic.
Magic.
Yeah. There you go. So the scissors.
I wouldn't have even thought about that.
Have we got a pair of scissors?
We haven't got them here.
We haven't done that bit yet.
So, because we wasn't going to do
They're on the website, though, 3 different sorts.
Yeah.
We'll make sure they're available. Well, they're available. They're on the website. But we'll go into them a little bit when we're showing the grid on Friday.
On Friday, definitely.
So come on, show us. So you wiped it on both sides.
I've wiped it on both sides. So on this side, I've just done the straight lines for each section of the skirt. Now, what I'm going to do is flip it over.
Is that it?
That's it.
Who told you that?
The instructions. No, Linda told me. So what this does,
really?
that is, it's as simple as that.
I like that idea.
Okay, so now what you do is you line up your lines and trace out. So what you may want to do is write F for front, and then we're now going to do the rest of it on the back as normal. So if I bring in 2 pieces,
I got you. I understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I bring these 2 pieces in here,
yeah.
So this one here has been done.
That bucket.
This one here has been done normal because it's all raised all over.
It's all on one side.
Yes.
Yes, I understand.
Okay. Now this one, if you feel that.
No. Front, all the way around.
All the way around.
So these bits are raised on that side.
Yeah.
Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six.
Yeah.
And all the rest is on that
raised
side.
on the front.
And you reckon that that's going to give me a bow?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So this is where your Pergamano ruler comes into play now, because now what we need to do is start the folding.
Okay.
Okay. So very similar. I've cut it out with a normal pair of scissors.
So let me just hold your horses. So what we're saying then, right, is that you do all your patterns first before you do. Surely you'd put all your patterns.
You'd put all your patterns.
You do all your patterns, all your colour.
Yes, you would do the cutting out would be the final part.
What about your glitter?
The glitter, you do your cutting out and then do your glitter, so you're not handling it so much.
Okay.
Okay.
So at this point now, we've got, how much have we done? Have we done all that?
So that would be, yes.
We've done all that. Let's just say the equivalent of.
This one's been Pico cut by Linda.
Yeah.
and you can see there's the tabs just folded over on the back.
So we've done all, and this was blue parchment to start with.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we've done, so rather than me spend time tracing it all out with all the design,
Yeah, no, I understand.
and using Linda's best bits, because we can use those for maybe a craft along or
yeah,
something.
but I was just asking on behalf of I'm the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Here, and all I was asking was, how far do you go with your artwork before you start assembling?
Yes. Okay. So
you do your white work, you do your patterns, you do your white work.
Yeah, you do everything. So you're tracing out your line art. You do any white work, any colouring, and any glittering. And then I would do the glittering after I've cut it out, because you're constantly handling it, and you could get the transfer of glitter and you'll be wearing it. Lovely. Yes. And as a fairy, an angel. Yeah. So, and then, so the final part. Barb rung me this one. I was in here sort of setting the studio. She went, what are you doing? I said, I'm playing with the fairies.
He's the queen of the fairies.
Away with the fairies. I really was doing that lovely display. So yes, so no, you was right. I did jump ahead. Do all your work as normal.
Yeah.
Then do all your colouring, your white work, then you're cutting out.
So you literally are at this point here.
Yes.
And then
we start the construction.
Yeah. Okay. Just because I want to make one of these when I get a moment.
Linda's left loads of bits and pieces.
Well, good. Gracie said, do you think we would notice if one of these eloped to Brooklyn, one of these for her tree?
Very fragile. They'd look lovely, wouldn't they? Yeah.
On the top of a little tree.
Yeah. And it's great because you've got the two different sizes of the angels. Many people have got like a smaller tree, maybe the kitchen or their porch. Yeah. So you can put it on there. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go for the one where I've done the
flip.
Yes, this one here. So I've cut it out of a normal pair of scissors. Okay. Depending on what scissors you prefer to use.
That's like garden shears, isn't it? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Or you can use a 2-needle bowl to perforate all the way around the outside and then pico cut, just like this one has been done.
And the pico scissors, I happen to have, if you've got a pen and a piece of paper, I can give you, I mean, I have good friends at home, not you. I can give you the product codes. If you're looking for the exclusive scissors, we'll go into it in more depth. On Friday. The exclusive scissors, they're £10.99, and that is 70040. So you could just pop them either into your basket or into the search bar, and then you can have a look at them. Then we've got the ring locks, which are for, well, they lock, don't they? And they're for people with larger fingers, and that's £24.98, and that number for that one is 70041. And then we've got ones that are like tweezers. They're called perga cutters. They're also £24.98, and the number for that is 70042.
And then you get your Clarity Craft Club discount on top of that.
Then you get your Clarity Craft Club discount too. You say that when you've had a show.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm working on. This is the front.
So these are on the back.
The reverse. Yeah. So I'm going to turn it over so I'm on the back again.
So what you want is these bits
raised.
Yes. That's it. Because it all looks the same at home.
It does,
you do know that, don't you? You've got to touch it. These bits are raised where Paul is now. It goes like that.
Okay. So I now need to fold my parchment carefully. So this is where the Pergamano ruler comes into play.
We have one of those.
We do indeed.
Let me just pop that on there. 70278. They are. Julie beat me to it.
So what I'm going to do, you would think this is a straight line. It's not.
Well, you would hope so.
No, it's not.
Oh, right.
No, there is a slight angle to it.
Is it supposed to be like that?
It is supposed to be like that. No, it's supposed to be like that. So what we're going to do, we need to do one flap at a time. Okay, so I'm taking the edge of my ruler, not the steel edge, just the plastic edge, and I'm got.
Is that on top?
Yeah, it's on top, and I've got the groovy grip. And what I'm doing is I'm just teasing the parchment. Okay.
You're good at this, isn't you?
And then
needs a gentle touch.
It needs a gentle touch on the flap.
A gentle touch, Mr. Church.
So, and then we're going to bring that one over.
Both in the same direction.
Yep. So these are going to be on the inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
you would hope so, wouldn't you?
So then we're going to press those down gently.
And you have to do that because otherwise you'll crunch it, won't you?
Yeah, that's right. And because you've scored it and we've used the number 1 tool, the parchment's quite weak at that point.
Yeah.
So what happens is that if you was just to try and fold it, and once it's folded, it's folded.
Yeah.
So the ruler just helps with that.
And also to stop it crunching or getting brittle here.
Yeah.
The ruler just helps it stretch, doesn't it?
It does.
I know that.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn it over. So the scallops along here are raised and these are not. So then we're going to use the ruler again and we're going to tease each of these towards us.
Gently.
Gently.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to work our way round.
I see. This is how you end up with a scallop, isn't it?
It is. Now, if you wanted to do that concertina effect, then what you would have to do, every other one,
you'd have to flip it
over.
Zigzag.
Yes.
So you have to keep turning the parchment.
Yes.
And zigzag it.
And you would do the lines in the same way.
Understood.
Okay. So then we're just, all of a sudden now you can see
it's starting to curl.
How it's starting to curl naturally. So if you want more body to your skirt, then this is the way to achieve it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now for this one, I'm going to come round here because it's easier for me just to bring this side up like so.
That's excellent.
Okay. So now, and you think, okay, well, that's going to be the inside, but it's not. This is the outside.
Go on, show us.
Because what you're going to do now is when you bring it round, like so.
Oh, so hello.
I'm just going to bring that. That's a nice hand.
I'm doing that so it doesn't go all fuzzy. Well, I'm desperate for a manicure. I'll put them out off the screen like that.
There you go. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to give it a little bit more of a tease. Like so.
I'll just pop that on there because I think that's more attractive than my hand.
So now we're going to attach. And to do this, we're going to use a red liner tape.
Have you got some?
I have indeed.
So do we.
Yeah, there we go. It's on the screen.
It's good gear. Sticks too. Love those people.
I think it's still waiting to be unpacked from the open days. There was no on the shelf when there. Because I think it was quite popular. So there we go. So just one piece on there.
I like working with sticks too. They're good people.
They are, and it is a really good quality
We've been
tape,
working with Brian and Ruth for about 25 years. They're great. They're just, good family business from the northeast.
Yeah.
By British. That's what we say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's important.
So just use it.
In your own time, Paul.
So how much time we got, Barb?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. There we go. It was coming off. I couldn't see it. Yeah. Maybe I should put these on. Might help, mightn't it? That's better. I wondered what that was. There we go.
Yeah. Do you only need to put it on one side?
Just
obviously?
On one side, yeah.
Yeah.
So then what we're going to do now
Turn it around like that.
Is
you're good at this
bring this in.
So is there a rule on it?
So you just bring it together very, very slowly.
Do you want me to take the camera off you to ease the pressure?
No. We're done. Like so. So now we can
stuck. Is that actually it?
Yep. So now what you're going to do is just gently
bounce.
Yeah. So you're going to
yeah. So you don't have it's got a little bit of give here, hasn't it?
Yeah, so the tabs don't go all the way up to the top.
No.
So what it does allow for that little bit more of a movement to it.
Yeah.
But you can see now automatically when I turn that round, you've got that sort of
automatic. Isn't that cool?
Okay. So and
you could even tease that a bit if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you can go for definitely.
Couldn't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to...
Yeah, no, you could definitely do that. It says it in the instructions from Linda that once you've done it, you then just go through. This is why if you put your glitter on, this is where you need to be careful because obviously you're handling it.
Because at this point, you've done all your white work, all your colouring, everything. And then you're just going to take, there's the little thing. So you're just going to literally pop that on there like so.
Yeah.
And then all the jobs are good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay. So you can see now. So just with a little bit of
lovely.
teasing, you've now got your skirt.
Yes.
Okay. So then what I've done, I've already traced out one of the bodies. Okay, with
She's
all
got the
detail,
little tabs.
and
Do
she's
you know,
got
this reminds me of when we were kids with the paper dolls.
dressing up the dolls.
Yeah, I used to love that. I can remember running to find my dad because these were so well loved, and then they would fall off. Dad, I can't dress her because the tabs are... And he'd have to sellotape it and repair it for me.
And but it's a great way of attaching the body to the skirt.
But you do all the colouring and all the white work. Any picot cut, you can do all that first, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely. And this would be a perfect opportunity to do your picot cutting. And there was some lovely artwork where it's been picot cut inside the wings. There was a lovely, there we go.
You mean this one?
That.
Look at that. Carol Baker. That's crazy. Look, isn't it?
So, and it's the same pattern that's been picot cut, but this bit hasn't.
And she's got two skirt, look, two layers.
Double layer.
Yeah.
Because when we
because
look
you can.
Yeah. Because when you look at that plate, you've got an upper and a lower.
Yeah. So what you do is you're doing two petticoats.
Yes.
So you've got the lower petticoat, the base here,
in the purple.
and then you use look at that. So you do that in with one layer, and then you do the second petticoat.
Yeah.
I love deconstructing these. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Absolutely superb.
Okay. So again, you've traced out, you do your cutting, your colouring as you would normally. Okay. And it does say, Linda does say on there, try not to get, if you're going to, maybe you're working with clear parchment and you want to dorse on the back with the Dorso crayons to add some colour, you need to make sure that you don't get any Dorso oil on the tabs.
Why don't you use a little bit of low-tack masking tape just to cover it up while you're working?
You could do that, yeah.
That'd be easy
so,
enough,
yeah. So, I mean, these are going to fold inwards.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on the front, but it's whether you were going to do anything on the front, you just need to be aware.
You just mask them off with a bit of masking tape.
Yeah.
That would protect
tab.
them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do now, on the plate, these little tabs, they're sort of labelled tab A, tab B, tab C, and D, etc. And it says in the instructions what you're going to do with those. So we're working on the back, and all we're going to do now is fold those tabs inwards. Okay, like so. So then they come in. Okay, just like so.
Not too bad, was that?
No, that was easy. You don't need a ruler for that bit. Okay. Now you've got options. You can use perga glue, or you can use red liner tape.
Red liner tape, please.
Me personally, I would go red liner tape.
Well, it's so permanent, isn't it?
Yes.
The last thing you want is halfway through the Christmas dinner
is it to fall off a skirt.
The torso of your Christmas tree fairy coming flying in towards the turkey. Now, definitely you want the 3mm tape on that one.
So, but if you were to go with the perga glue, as Linda's put on the instructions,
sorry, Linda,
then what you have to do is you use like a cocktail stick to apply little dots of glue, and then you have to wait for it to go tacky.
I'm sitting like this going.
No, but for me, I would go with the red liner tape.
Me too.
Okay.
As you were.
So as you were. So what
just tiny little bits. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, do you want to do that? If you do that, then
I'll do that.
And then I want to show you some different.
I think that would be brilliant if you show the different skirts.
Different skirts.
You run out and try on a few different skirts. Now,
right.
So let me ask you before I do this.
Yeah.
Do you want it? Which side do you want it on? That side or?
If you want to bring it back in, we'll show.
So
what is it? You're folding inwards, so it's going to be on top.
All right. Okie dokie. Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you.
On top, but on the back.
Yes.
So it's actually on the front.
Yes.
I understand.
Yeah. So when we have a look at the panels here, where we've got the different designs. So if I take this one here, the holly, if you was to do all of them on all the panels.
You don't have to have a pair of tweezers, do you?
I do. There we go. Is it stuck to your finger? So you can take this design and do all panels. Then if we look at the next one, it just gives you a visual on what it looks like.
I want to see these. What are you doing? Different
So
skirts?
all I'm doing, the different skirts, but by using the same design in each of them.
Nice.
So what you do is when you've traced out, for example, I'm just going to reach out. When you've traced out, choose which one you're going to go for, and you just move it around. So for example, if I wanted to do this one in all of the panels, I start there, trace that bit out, go to that one, trace that one out, and you just work your way round your panels on your skirt. Okay, you can mix and match like some of the design team have done. You could do, maybe you want to make it easy and just do two that are close by to one another.
Or say, for example, you were going to make a wedding. You know, like these would be beautiful for a wedding.
Wedding favours.
Well, I don't know. It'd be a very intimate wedding. You wouldn't want to make 180 of these, would you? But some of these patterns lend themselves perfectly to a wedding celebration.
They are.
They're
They're not just for Christmas, so to speak, are they?
No.
And because you've got the different types of wings, or even without the wings,
without
they're
the
like
wings,
little princesses.
Beautiful little wedding bride. I think that's the name I'm looking for. Bride.
Right. So then this uses the next one along here. But look, I mean, I quite like that. You could have that on a card, couldn't you? As just like a panel,
Looks like
as
a
a background. So you don't have to use it as a 3D construction.
It looks like a peacock.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you had a peacock head in there.
Yeah.
Boom.
Then we move along to the next one.
I'm sticking to
that one there.
I love that one.
But again.
He spent 3 days doing these, didn't he, Paul?
No. Only took me 5 minutes. Not. Linda had already traced out all the shit. I just filled them in.
That's lovely.
So I quite like that one to start. That'd be lovely with the white work in the middle of those. So that one is coming up at the end.
Okay.
Okay. This is quite sort of traditional,
like
quite doily-like, isn't it?
But wouldn't that look beautiful if you actually made those into little white dots as well? I like polka dots.
But also, again, you've got a shorter one. So if you just do this part, this way you get your little baby angels.
Oh, yeah. Let me show you. Hold on. We have baby angels to show you. Look at that.
So you could choose that one.
Voila.
Like so.
Look at that little girl. Look at her. Hold on. Oh.
Look at that.
She's beautiful. I've got another one. Hold that thought. There you go. Look.
Yeah. There it is.
There she be. Look.
So that is just, you start at these two scallops.
There we are. Look, it's those two. That's so. Stop there.
Yeah.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Right, have a look. Hang on. Look at that.
Is that a little bit of stippling in that heart, do you reckon?
In the heart? A little bit of glitter.
Glitter, perga glitter. Our angels definitely need some glitter there, don't they?
Of course, she looks a bit miserable.
The
lips are a little bit, it's like a trowel. Look, all dressed up, nowhere to go. That's what she's saying.
Oh. Well, she's sitting on top of a Christmas tree. It can't be that comfortable.
She's been there since October. with a branch stuck up her skirt.
Yeah.
There you go. No wonder she's got a long lip.
So when you decide you want to do a little sort of baby angel, then what you're going to do, look, you've got your little parts here that you would just trace out for the top part.
For the torso and the head.
The torso and the head, yes. Now this one here is the one that you were talking about, that lovely blue piece that Linda's done.
Yeah, you wouldn't think it would look like that when it's done though, would you?
No.
If you take that, look, come up a bit closer to the, let's offer that up to the, you wouldn't think that one that Paul's showing you would end up just using blue parchment and whiteware. Doesn't that look fab?
Yeah.
So that's a little birthday angel for a girl. I see that as a birthday for a little girl. Yeah, a 10-year-old, 12-year-old.
Yeah, definitely.
Then there comes
it's a
a point
keepsake,
like, really?
isn't it? Now, all of the ones we've been looking at, we've got this double scallop across the bottom.
Yes.
Okay. But what Linda's done is she's added some extra designs. So as a comparison,
isn't that
we've got
fascinating?
That there and that.
So you've got so much mileage on this plate.
Yeah. And then if you turn that design upside down, you get that one.
Oh,
so that
I see. Yeah,
like
yeah.
Turn it round,
and then it's
you get that.
Cool.
Okay, so all you do is you just do the lines and the top row
Hours
and
of
then
play.
replace.
Hours of play. I think the most important thing to get, if you're going to get this plate, is more of this, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
definitely.
need more of this. So you either want to go with a 40024 A4 or pre-cut, or it's the same amount.
Yeah.
It's the same amount. You either get 20 sheets of A5 or 10 sheets of A4.
So it's easy. Personally, I would go large and then I can cut it to whatever size I want.
It's 6 of one, half
Yeah.
dozen of the other. It literally is.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove backing to the red liner tape.
You got your glasses on. There's
I've got
no
the glasses
excuse now.
on. Talk amongst yourselves. Do you want to give some product codes?
Okay.
I thought you might have taken the backing
Red
off.
liner tape. There we go. Oh, you want me to do that as well? Give it here, then you carry on. I'll do that. Come here. It's painful to watch this.
Done one.
But I'll do that while you do the.
Okay.
You do the.
Right. So we've got the 6.2 red liner tape on screen, which is 30375. That's 224 plus your club craft club discounts
And points.
and points. Loyalty. Oh yeah, we haven't mentioned loyalty points, have we?
No, we've got a smashing loyalty point system in place, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. And we're looking at the plate. So these are the two different torsos. One's been done. It's done in clear parchment, and then it's been dorsoed on the back. So you can, as you said, Bob, sort of that paper doll, you can mix and match the torsos with the skirts, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Then we've got the same design here.
You know that perga glue idea?
Yeah. I bet Linda's sitting there saying,
yeah, well,
perga
now
glue's
you know
easier.
why. Yeah, all right.
So you can see here, this one now has got the heart. She's holding the heart in her hand.
I'm
so
too focused on
what
it.
you can do
Can I borrow your glasses?
Mine are very focal.
Oh, mine.
So the heart, she's holding the heart, so she could hold the star. You could use the star or the heart to decorate as well. Now this is rather lovely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So look at this, the perga glitter.
Oh yeah. How would you do that in a large expanse with the calligraphy pen?
I would use the mapping pen to do that for me personally for that larger area because I've still got that control.
Hold on,
friends.
We have sticky ink.
Yes, you definitely need the sticky ink.
You definitely need the sticky ink. You need the mapping pen 70039 and the glitter 702. There we are.
Yeah,
5252. Or the whole bundle is 70305. You get the glitter, 6 pots of, you get the mapping pen, and you get the sticky ink. So just sorry to interrupt there, but we've gone over the 3 o'clock. Anyway.
Right. Okay. So now we're going to attach the torso to the skirt. So the join will go at the back of our design. Okay. And all we're going to do, we can decide how high up we want the body to be. There's no prescribed.
Is there a back
height.
and a front to the skirt? Yeah, the joins
the
at the back.
Yeah, I mean, I would put that at the back.
Mind you, side zips are very fashionable.
Oh, I'll take your word for that. So, do you want to go for a central panel in the middle, or do you want to go for a line in the middle? So let's just keep it easy and go for
go for a line.
Go for a line. Let's go for a line.
You do what you think's best.
So, I don't wear skirts, not during the week, anyway. So now what I'm doing, if you're using the perga glue, you'd have to hold that for about a minute or two just to let that set.
That's why we laboured on with our tweezers, Linda.
So then what we're going to do, so that is now secure.
Yep.
And we then just press where the hands are.
Oh, isn't that clever?
And then you just gently tease it forward.
Understand.
So it doesn't look as if she's falling off her skirt.
Oh, let's go to this camera and then you can see exactly. Isn't that beautiful?
So there we go.
That's it. Thank you so much,
And that's in
Paul.
its simplicity.
Yeah, no, that's at its absolute basic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think what to remember is that you could back that with a second layer, couldn't you? With paper.
Definitely paper and parchment.
Yeah.
I like that effect with the petticoat that you said. With
Very
the different,
clever. Yeah, very clever indeed.
So
that's wonderful, Paul.
We got there in the end,
we
didn't
done?
we? I think we're done.
All right, I'll get up then. Thank you so much for
Thank you
showing
to
us
Linda.
that. Thank you, Linda, for designing one of the most versatile, interesting and fun plates.
It's not until you start looking at
No.
it that you see this bit here and that bit there.
You get a lot of bang for your buck with that
You
little
really,
plate.
really do.
So let's have a look. Just to finish on that note, 42390. Pop that one in your basket. And no, we're not going to sell out because we're making them downstairs.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Paul.
You're welcome.
I think we'll say farewell. Thank you to Jilly for helping us here.
Yep.
And we will see you
You're
again.
back in the shack on Thursday
I'm
at
back in the
7
shack
p.m.
on Thursday evening.
Yeah.
But then you and I are going to be
Great work from Linda William.
10 o'clock and 2 o'clock on Friday.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks,
Thank you very
Paul.
much. Thank
Lots
you.
of love to you at home. Bye-bye.